What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode. It's the Gameweek 15 review. It's been a very, very crazy past two game weeks. I feel like there's been a lot of inconsistencies in the league so far. That just sums up the Premier League, in my opinion. It's been just a very, very tipsy-turvy season. I feel like a lot of these teams are not consistent. I don't think there's any team in the league right now that is trying to challenge Arsenal for the position that they're in at the moment. Arsenal right now look like the best team in the league. I don't think they've lost a game since August. And they don't look like they're going to lose a game as well. They look pretty good defensively, offensively, their midfield compact, and then they also have like backup players. I feel like they're looking like the best team in the league, and they are the best team in the league. And it's like, who else can challenge Arsenal at this point? Nobody else is putting up the performances. Manchester City are looking like a very, very inconsistent team. They've lost two games in their last four. Even though the two games they really shouldn't have been losing, but they've lost two in their last four. They won their last two, but then even still, their defense doesn't look as solid. They're conceding a lot of goals. And then we look at Liverpool. Liverpool is not the team that we expected them to be this season. Their performances are just below par. It's not expected for a team that spends that much money in the summer, but look at where they are. Chelsea are just a very, very silly team because they'll win against a really big team and then lose against teams that they shouldn't be losing against. And Tottenham are just not serious, honestly. So it really is Manchester United. I almost even forgot them because are they even in the title race? Like, you cannot even tell if Manchester United are in the title race because it's pretty shameless, in my opinion, because if you're not playing any other competition, at least make sure that you're putting in the work in the league. This league is not that hard this season. Anybody can grab it. Anybody that really wants it can grab it. Manchester United, I don't think they want it, in my opinion. I really don't think they want it, because if they want it, they really should have taken it by now, but they should have at least been in a more comfortable position that they're in. I feel like, what position are they even in right now? They're probably in like they play on Monday, so I think they're in eighth, and they sit at 22 points. They really could have gone to fifth. But right now they're in eighth. It's sad, man. In my opinion, it's sad, because they should be in a better position than they are right now. Everybody else in the top six is not having the best season. The only person that is having a really good season is Arsenal. So I feel like they should really be on par with Arsenal at the moment, or like competing with the other, like maybe 2, 3, 4. They should be in the top 4 at least. Because if they don't go to Europe next year, like that will just be the most shameless thing. I feel like that will probably be the most shameless thing. We have to watch and see if there's something more shameless that can happen in the league. But honestly, if Manchester United don't make it to Europe next season, it will be sad. And obviously, they might make it to the likes of the Conference League, but who is watching the Conference League right now? Who is watching even the Europa League? Nobody's watching Europa League. There's no big team in the Europa League right now. You have to play in the Champions League, Manchester United. And I think their performances have been below par. But let's get straight into the review for the game week 15. The first game we're going to be talking about is obviously Arsenal versus Aston Villa. I feel like this is the biggest game this weekend. It's going to be the most interesting game to watch, and I'm just pretty unhappy because it's going to be happening in the morning and I have to wake up really early to watch the game. But people in Nigeria are probably like enjoying it right now. They're going to enjoy that game pretty well. Let's get straight into the review for game week 15. I feel like the hardest game for me this weekend is Arsenal versus Aston Villa. This game is probably the biggest game this weekend, and it's the first game that's going to be played this weekend. So that game is going to say a lot about the shape of the league. If Arsenal lose this game, Manchester City just need to win Sunderland right after, and they will be 2 points behind Arsenal. Arsenal have to win this game. They almost have to win this game. It's like, if Arsenal don't win this game, then yeah, this league is going to open wide up. It's going to open wide up. It is now one for the taking. It's one for the taking. The inconsistencies in this league, they're getting too much. They're actually getting too much. Arsenal look like the only consistent team in the league at the moment. And if they win this game, it's just going to say a lot about where they are, their level, the level that they are compared to the rest of the league. So the team that they're playing against in Aston Villa, though, they themselves they know small. They're not small at all. It's going to be a really big game, and they're going to Villa Park as well. So Aston Villa is not going to make life easy for Arsenal. They are not going to make life easy for Arsenal at all. It's going to be a very, very tough game. Arsenal are also without Mosquera in this game. He's out for 6 to 8 weeks. Gabriel is not available. They probably have Nkapie, and I don't even know if I don't know if Saliba is available for this game as well. I think he's doubtful. He might start. At Ateta, I'm pretty sure he's not fully fit, but he might start. So it's going to be a tough game for Arsenal. It's going to be a very, very tough game for Arsenal. Aston Villa have a very, very competitive midfield in Onana and Boubacar Kamara. They are very, very athletic midfielders. Arsenal also have athletic midfielders, but it's going to be a long day for them. It is surely going to be a long day for them. It's first place versus third place. Anybody that wins this game, Aston Villa are big. I just be big. Anything you can do for me, just do. Just do. Because I feel like if Aston Villa can manage to let Arsenal drop points in this game, this league opens up. It really, really opens up. It really opens up for Manchester City, for Chelsea. Who else wants to take the league? Who else wants to take the league? Is there. Aston Villa, we are all putting our hopes on you to win this game. Or at least draw. You're at home, so you have every reason to go for the game. You have every single reason to go for this game. It's going to be a very, very tough game. Aston Villa don't really have anybody on fit apart from Martinez, who is their first choice goalkeeper. Arsenal have Saliba, they have Gabriel, they have Havertz, Mosquera, Trossard is injured as well. Aston Villa have Mings and Barkley and Martinez. This is going to be a very, very fun game to watch. It's be a fun game to watch. My predictions for this game, I'm calling a win. It's a very, very strong prediction, but I'm calling a win for Aston Villa. I feel like Aston Villa can grab it. I feel like they can grab it. You're at home, you're at Villa Park. You've not lost a game in 6. Arsenal can get it here. They really can. This is a fixture that Aston Villa can win. And I'm not doubting. I'm really not doubting that they can win this game. So those are really my predictions, man. Those are my predictions. Let's move on to the next game. The next game we're going to be talking about is Chelsea versus Bournemouth. This is another very, very crucial game in the title race. Chelsea have already managed to drop some silly points, if we're being real, against Leeds. You come off a win against Barcelona, a pretty good game against Arsenal that you should have won, if not for Caicedo, probably your best player of the season at the moment, getting a red card. I feel like you should have won the game. Then you go and lose against Leeds. That one is due to the unavailability of Caicedo and Palmer not being fit enough to play the game. I feel like both of them were in that match and Rich James played instead of Gusto, Fofana and Chaloba played instead of Badiashile and what's the name of this other guy, Tosi. Then it would have been a very, very sure win for Chelsea. They should have been winning that Leeds game, but well, thank you God, they didn't win. So that's very, very beautiful. But this game against Bournemouth, they are playing away from home, but they should be winning. But the team that they are playing against in Bournemouth were having a pretty good season at the start. They were having a pretty good season. They were winning more games than they are surely winning right now, for sure. I don't think they've not won a game in their last 5. They were winning more games before, and right now they're not in a comfortable place in the table. They're not in a comfortable place. They're in 14th place, but they're like how many points behind Chelsea? I think like 5 points behind Chelsea. So it's also a very, very needed win for them as well. They need to win the game, and Chelsea need to win the game. It's going to be another tough game. There's a lot of tough games this weekend. There's something about this weekend. There's no really big game. There's no big six game, but there's very, very important games. This game week 15 is crucial to the title race. It's very, very crucial to the title race. If you're studying the league, if you're watching the league, and if you know what's going on, you know how important game week 15 is. You have to get your wins. Anybody that drops points in this league, this game week 15 is under like some huge scrutiny. It's under some huge scrutiny, so you have to win. Chelsea almost have to win this game, but Bournemouth is the perfect team to be playing them at the moment. I feel like Bournemouth can be strong-headed and get a draw. They can be strong-headed and get a draw. Chelsea are favourites. They have to win, but Bournemouth, you're playing at home. If you win Chelsea in this game, that's a blessing. That's a blessing. That's a blessing to me personally. I don't know about anybody else, but that's a blessing to me. If Bournemouth win Chelsea in this game, it's going to be very, very good for me personally. So I need a win from Bournemouth in this game, and I feel like they can grab it. I think Caicedo is back for this game, so it's going to be really hard. Chelsea are going to be playing with Palmer. They're going to be very, very strong. They're going to be very, very strong in this game. I don't think Caicedo is back, actually. So it's a crucial game, man. It's a crucial game. And if Chelsea don't win this game, they're going to set themselves back in the title race. But I think that they will just grab it. I feel like they will just grab it because Palmer is going to play in this match. That one is sure. And if he adds Estevao to the mix and Garnacho, yeah, it might be a long day for Bournemouth. I can't lie. It might be a very, very long day for Bournemouth. Because Chelsea just need to, lock up on defense. And then they're going to cook. So I feel like this game is going to end in a Chelsea win. But let's see how it goes. So let's move into the next game. Manchester City versus Sunderland. Manchester City, if you guys manage to let Sunderland get even a point in this game, it must be a very, very shameless club. It must be a very, very shameless club. If Sunderland even get a point in this game, you're a shameless club. I don't want to know if Sunderland is stubborn. No, I don't want to hear anything. You guys are going to have more of the ball. You're going to possess more of the ball, score, and don't concede. You see, this is Manchester City's biggest problem. They will score the most goals in the league this season. But then, defensively, it just looks pretty, is the word shambolic? I don't want to say shambolic because we're still second place in the league. So, how bad really is our defense? I feel like our defense is just bad enough to let us drop points in games we should not really be dropping points in. That's the problem of Manchester City. We drop points in games we shouldn't really be dropping points in. In this game against Sunderland now, Sunderland is probably one of the dark horses in the league right now. They sit 6th place, 5 points behind Manchester City. They are a hard team to play against. I feel like the only Big Six team that it's not even I feel like, because I'm always saying I feel like, but the only Big Six team that they've lost against this season is Manchester United. And Manchester United beat them with a clean sheet. I think this was at home in Old Trafford. So it was a game that Manchester United deserved to win. They were the better team in that game, but we all know how Manchester United is. And they managed to pick up points at Anfield. They've managed to pick up points at Stamford Bridge, and they've also managed to draw against Arsenal, who is like the hardest team to play against in this league right now. Arsenal is obviously the hardest team to play against in this league right now, and they managed to pick up points from them. So Sunderland is a very, very hard team to play against. They're coming to come and play against us in our home, but I'm very, very wary of what they can do as a team. They are stubborn, they can defend properly, and it's not going to be that hard for them to just dent Manchester City, because Manchester City is the type of team that they see a game where they should really be winning, but just like the game against Fulham, just like the game against Leeds, they are very, very susceptible to stupid mistakes. To very, very stupid mistakes, and they get lost sometimes. And Sunderland is the kind of team to bring the pressure to a team like Manchester City. Me, I'm just hoping that Pep Guardiola makes sure that our defense is sorted. Obviously, he might go for a rotation tomorrow. He might start a Nuri over O'Reilly. He might start Vadio. Obviously, our defensive partnership is Vadio and Diaz. That's the best we can put out right now. And then right back, maybe he goes for Kusanov or Nunez. But I feel like he should go for Kusanov because we just need to lock down our defense for real. We really need to just lock down our defense for real, and we need some chopping and changing tomorrow. That's for sure. Um, I would agree with Nuri coming in for O'Reilly because O'Reilly plays a lot of games, and I feel like Nuri can give us what O'Reilly gives us, especially in the game against Sunderland. O'Reilly may be a more imposing figure because of his size, and he probably defends better than Nuri, but I don't think they're that different, honestly. And Nuri is techy enough to come into the midfield and also influence, while Kusanov, Vadio, and Diaz probably form like a back three. Pep just needs to lock down our defense. We should be winning this game. It's a very, very winnable game, and I feel like Manchester City are probably going to come out of it with the win. It's probably going to be like a. I don't want to predict the scoreline, can't lie, but I know that Manchester City probably will come out of this game as the winners. We should. It's going to be. It's a very, very important game. It's a very, very important game for us. It's a very, very important game for the shape of the title race as well. So Manchester City are they're a pretty inconsistent team, but in fixtures like this, you really should be winning. I don't see any reason why we are playing at home and we can't beat Sunderland. Sunderland is a beatable team. They are a beatable team, but they are tough, but they are a beatable team. For a team like Manchester City, they are very, very beatable. If we take our chances, they are very, very beatable. They are beatable, and I feel like we should be winning this game. But it's never really how you feel in the Premier League for real. So I feel that Manchester City are going to win this game. Those are my predictions, sure. Okay, let's move into Liverpool versus Leeds. This fixture, I'm not even going to lie, it's no shot for Liverpool. This result, is no shot for Liverpool. Because once again, Liverpool should be winning this game. They should be winning this game. Forget what Leeds did against City. They came back. I feel like they shouldn't have been coming back in that game. But they came back. They put the pressure on us. They got their goals. Against Chelsea, they had a very, very well-deserved win. But let's leave that aside for a moment in time. Let's leave that one aside for now. Leeds are currently 17th in this league. Leeds at the start of the season, they are not even mates compared to Liverpool. They are not mates. In reality, Liverpool should be beating Leeds in this game without even looking back. But you know, sure, the results no sure for Liverpool. Even them, they know it. It's like it's a very, very very hard game to predict, in my opinion, because Liverpool don't look like the strongest side at the moment. They are looking like a very, very inconsistent side for one. Their defense is very, very shaky. Going forward, they are not creating that many chances. Their midfield is not even looking as strong as last season. They're getting scored on pretty much. They don't look as strong. And Leeds right now, they are getting some momentum. In reality, they know how to beat these big teams. They know how to play against them. Against City, they timed us well, and they nearly got something from that game. Against Chelsea, well-deserved 3 points. I see no reason why in their home, with the crowd pumped and everything, they can't beat Liverpool in this game. I see no reason why they can't. But Liverpool really need this game for their souls. If not for anything, their souls, they need it. And the slot needs it. Everybody in that squad, they need it. So, if they don't get a result, if they don't get a win from this game, I can't lie, a draw is not even acceptable. A draw is not acceptable. They need a win. So, if they don't win this game, damn, it's going to be very, very shameless. It's going to be a very, very shameless result because, honestly, Liverpool, they look so bad right now, and they're not looking like the team that everybody expected them to look like. A lot of their fans, I think they're just coming to the realization that A lot of them are probably even still hopeful that maybe. Then right now they're not even in the title race again, in my own personal opinion, because it's gotten away from them. It's gotten away from them. They've lost too many games. They've lost too many points that they really shouldn't have been losing. And at this point right now, all they can really fight for is the top four. Is the top four. Ah, it a pain. It a pain. It a pain. I can't lie. It a pain. But it is what it is, man. Liverpool fans, I really told you guys at the start of the season that it's not all going to be bread and butter. It's not going to be roses at all. It's not going to be roses at all. But Omo, it's bad. It looks so bad. It looks so bad. And honestly, you guys just really have to hope that you get something from this game. But my predictions, onto my predictions, I feel like it's just for the sake of it. For the sake of it, Liverpool 3 points. Liverpool 3 points. Liverpool 3 points. If they don't get 3 points in this game, then they should cancel themselves from everything. They should cancel it because they might end up in Europa League. If they're not careful, they might end up in Europa League if they don't win this game. If they don't win this game, sack and his slot. Sack and his slot, because and his slot, at the moment, he currently looks like he doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know what he's doing tactics wise. Tactics wise, he's setting up his team in a very, very. They have the shape, but going forward, they just look very, very blank. Blank. Salah blank. He's even putting somebody that won player of the season last season on the bench. So Bosley, he's been their best player this season. For so Bosley to be your best player this season is crazy. I can't lie. Because so Bosley, don't get me wrong, he's a tank. But so Bosley to the lace all these kind of shorts. Some shorts where like they're not going anywhere. More than likely. Sometimes it's to come off, but I beg, pack it up. Gakpo, one trick pony. That guy needs to play Isak and Ekitike together, man. I can't lie. I don't know what Gakpo has on him, but you gotta play Ekitike and Isak together, man. Florian Wirtz, he had to score a goal. He had to score a goal. He's looking better, but he's still yet to score a goal. Maybe he'll score a goal next year. 150 million. Liverpool is sad. I can't lie, it's sad, but let's move on, I beg. Let's move on. Let's talk about Tottenham Brentford briefly. Let's not waste our time on this fixture. Tottenham is a very, very unserious team. We all know that. Inconsistent. Their manager is unserious, too defensive. How many goals have their attackers scored this season? They're relying on their centre backs to come and carry for them. It's like Van de Ven and Romero are the they'll be like striker for this Tottenham team. Like with the amount of goals that they're having to come out to score for Tottenham now, the most likely player to score for Tottenham in this game is probably Van de Ven. That's how bad Tottenham are at the moment. They are relying. The only person they are in the front that can do something is Kudus. Kolumwani they try, but he's not even scored that many goals. Like creativity, no day. Xavi Simons, they start games. He's not starting games. He can't create. He can't do what he was bought to do. Madison still injured. Kulusevski still injured. You are playing against the Brentford side that you know that your brand of football is not really different. Brentford and Tottenham in this match, what's the difference? Is not really there because Thomas Frank now is going to go and play against his old team. He might know how to beat them just because the person managing them right now is basically his students. Naim, they were running the philosophy together. I don't know who taught who, but they were sure running it together. So this fixture now, anything can happen. Brentford can win. Tottenham have not won a game in their last. They've not won a game in their last. Let me see. It's so sad. Tottenham have not won a game in their last 4-5 games. 4-5 games. The last game they won was in November against Copenhagen. So Tottenham right now, I can't even lie to you guys, man. It's sad. It's sad to watch Tottenham. Like the results are poor. The team is not even playing that well, and they're not living up to the expectations at all. Thomas Frank is he's not doing. I mean, when you go and get a mid-table manager and you bring him in to a squad like Tottenham that are not even themselves, they know to guide. Let's be real, they know to guide. So the I'm not really too surprised, but it's surprising because I would expect that at least you guys can bring games to people. You can try and challenge, but it seems like the only time they really have the balls to play ball is when they play against Manchester City. But I don't know what that is really doing for you guys. Beating Manchester City every season, like your biggest award, your biggest talking points for the season. It's kind of sad. Turn it around in this Brentford game. I feel like you need to turn it around. You're playing at home. There's no reason why you shouldn't win, Thomas Frank. In my opinion, sure. Brentford, they probably want to win this game. They're going to bring the game to Tottenham, but they even have the better record than Tottenham in their last 5. At least then they win games. They want to. So honestly, this game is probably going to end in a draw. I'm predicting a draw because I just feel like Thomas Frank and Spurs don't have the cojones. They don't have the balls, and they really should be winning this game. I should be predicting a Spurs win, but I'm going for another plot twist for Spurs because I just feel like they don't have it in them to see us games like this. Let's move into Manchester United versus Wolves. Ruben Amorim, if you cannot beat Wolves, you should be very, very ashamed of yourself. In fact, as a manager, normally you do not have the balls to carry a team like Manchester United to where they need to be normally. Or if the Ineos guys had sense, you really should not even be the manager of this club right now. Because right now, Manchester United do not look good enough. It's simple. They don't look good enough. They are a very, very inconsistent team in a league that is already inconsistent. For a team that is not playing in Europe this season, for a team that changed its whole front line, even though I don't want to hear anything about their midfield combination because we already know it's not good enough. We know it's not good enough. Casemiro and Bruno in big 2025. In fact, 2026 because we don't enter 2026 already by God's grace. But in big 2025, 2026, Casemiro and Bruno is not good enough as your 8 and your 6. Bruno, number 1, is having to do a job that he has no business with. Bruno Fernandes has no business tracking back to cover somebody in his own half of the field where the box 18 is. What is Bruno Fernandes even looking for there? What is he looking for there in the first place? If not for Ruben Amorim being a very, very stubborn coach, what is Bruno looking for in his own half at the defense? Tracking back. To go and do what? Let's be real. Bruno Fernandes should be in those spaces close to the box where he can do all sorts. We all know what Bruno is capable of. Goals, assists, flicks, tricks, everything. Bruno has it in his bag and he's been doing it since the moment he entered this league. Even me myself, it took me a while to realize how great of a player he is. But I can't lie, if there's any player that is going to make something happen in United right now, it just looks like it's him. And he's being overworked for a player of his age, in my opinion. There's no reason why Bruno needs to be tracking back. Like, what is he even tracking back to do at this age? You had the chance to let this guy go and chop his money. Invest in your midfield. Buy players that will come and do the second man job that you want to do. Shebi is to be picking up second balls that you want to do. Pay the money, let them come and do it, let the guy go. Wasting the guy away. Wasting away this season. Wasting away the team. Ruben Amorim as a manager, he should be ashamed of himself. I can't even lie, he should be ashamed of himself. And then, he even said another contradicting thing in his press conference recently about Menu and Shane Lacey. Players that he should have brought on. You're playing 18th place West Ham at home, Old Trafford. You scored one goal. You're bringing on Ugarte. You're bringing on Dogu, Lisandro Martinez. You're taking off Zegzi. To do what? To do what? You're taking off Cunha. For what? Menu is on the bench there. Menu that has gotten so many last minute goals. If it's to choke him up there self, put the pressure on them. Get the balls. Get the cojones. Like, Ruben Amorim as a manager, he should be very, very ashamed of himself, in my opinion, Sha. That's just my own personal opinion. As a manager, I don't think he has what it takes. Manchester United fans. And I feel like a lot of Manchester United fans are ready to sack him. The real ones. They're ready for the guy to go. Because what are they even doing? What are they even doing? This league is not that hard right now for a team like Manchester United that is playing. They're playing one game. Let's be real. They're playing one game. You're playing one game every weekend. You should not be losing against a 10-man Everton. You should not be losing against a 10-man Everton. You should not be drawing to West Ham when you really should have been winning that game. We would understand. The league will understand if you lost against Crystal Palace. That's a good team. That's a good team. You won. It's such a Manchester United thing to do. To win against Crystal Palace, then go and draw against 18th place West Ham in a game that they should have been winning. It's sad. It's sad. And Manchester United fans, this season is still going to be very, very long for you. Because if you lose against Wolves, or just, dropping points against Wolves is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Whether you're away from home or you're at home. You're away from home in this game, but you should be winning. Wolves have not won a game. If you hand Wolves their first win, it must be a very, very shameless team. I don't think Wolves have won in 2025 self. Or it's such a Manchester United thing to give them the fixture. Gameweek 15 is going to be very, very tough. And whoever has the balls this weekend, whoever wins this weekend and is in the top 6, kudos to you, because these are the times that will define where you'll be at the end of the season. Can't lie. Weekends like this, where you don't play the big teams, you play beatable teams. In all regards, Manchester City should be beating Sunderland. Chelsea should be beating Bournemouth. Manchester United should be beating Wolves. Liverpool should be beating Leeds. The only game that if Aston Villa happens to beat Arsenal, that's the only game that we can understand as a league that, okay, we understand the league is hard. Arsenal win a lot of games. Aston Villa are on a good run of form right now. But even that game, Arsenal as a unit, as the best team in the world at the moment, should be winning that game. They should be winning that game. Game week 15 is going to be tough, I can't lie. My own business is Manchester City. That's my business, and I'm really hoping that Pep Guardiola picks the right team this weekend. Firstly, the right choices. I understand if you want to chop and change, but chop and change in the right places. Chop and change in the right places. It's not that hard. It's not that hard for you to chop and change. Chop and change in Nuri. Chop and change Nunez. Chop and change in the midfield. Bernardo Silva doesn't have to start this game. Rest him. Play Reinders. Play Cherky. Play Foden. Let's have Haaland and Doku or Haaland and Marmoush finally, because we haven't even seen that partnership this season. There's goals in that partnership. This Pep guy. But yeah, let's see how it's going to be, man. Let's see how it's going to be. Please don't forget, I don't really ask for that much. I can't lie. I'm still building. I know you guys are just getting to know me. You're just getting to know my takes, the way I think about the game. But please, the only way you can support the brand, you can support MFT, Made for This Sports, Dapo, and the rest of the team for free, is to like, subscribe, follow MFT on all platforms, join the movement if you see it. Please. It's not that hard. I'm trying as an individual. I'm trying. And I'm also going to keep trying, because I really want you guys to see what I'm trying to do here, what we're trying to do here. And yeah, it's only a matter of time, but it's going to take me being consistent, me being coming on here, telling you guys what I think, how I feel, what's going on in the moment about in the football world. Yeah, so please follow, like, subscribe. It's not that hard. I know I tend to get too wordy, but you guys are probably going to know more about me the more you watch the channel. So yeah, just follow, like, subscribe. MFT on all platforms. Thank you so much for watching the video. I will see you guys in the review, and I'll also see you guys next week as well. So yeah, goodbye guys. Safe.